Here's a look at the Spacious Ocean View room on Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas. We stayed on Deck 9 in room 9518. My husband and I stayed in this room with our 12 and 9-year-old boys. Our boys are quite tall. The 9-year-old is already 5 foot tall. The 12-year-old is 5'5". So I'm going to go over how well they fit on that sofa bed in a minute. But first, there is a royal king bed in this room. And I have to say, this felt like one of the biggest beds I've ever had on a cruise. I think I've been on 8 or 9 cruises now. My husband is really tall too, so he's 6'4". I felt like we had plenty of room in this bed. You could have actually easily fit like a 2 or 3-year-old child in the bed with you and it would have been fine. It's just like a normal king bed at home. Here's a look at the sofa before it was turned into a bed. As you can see, it can fit a lot of people. It's a nice, comfortable sofa. Once it was turned into a bed in this room, though, it stayed a bed the whole time. Look at that huge walkway, though, that's left behind when the bed is open. This room does really feel really spacious compared to other rooms that I've stayed in. So it's great. And there's a huge open space between that sofa and the bed that I did not expect. It was like 4 or 5 feet of open room in that area that I'm not used to seeing in a cruise ship. I'm used to the bed being really close to the sofa whenever we stay in a room. And I didn't realize that when we booked that room and it has that big circular window in the room, that means that you get all of that extra space that's normally a balcony in other rooms. So whatever a balcony is, 3 feet deep, 2.5 feet deep, whatever it is, you get that extra space. And it makes the room feel really big and comfortable for a week-long stay for 4 people. One last thing that I want to say about that king bed is the mattress is super firm. I've heard that you can request like a mattress pad for it to make it a little bit softer, but you need to do that early, so before your cruise or right when you get on the ship because they only have a limited number. But the pillows in the room were fantastic. So we had 6 in our room. I'm sure you can always request more of those too. They were good thickness with a variety of thicknesses. So if you like something a little bit thicker than your partner, you'll probably be happy with the pillow situation on this boat. Now let's talk a little bit about the sofa bed in case you're thinking about sleeping in there with older teenagers. So I'm 5'8". I was able to sleep on that sofa bed one night and it was perfectly fine for me. But the problem that I've run into on many cruise ships, including this one, is the part of the sofa bed that's closest to the wall has arms on it. So it sort of blocks you from overhanging. So if you have longer legs, you can't really overhang on the part closest to the wall. So that can be a problem if you're taller than me. I didn't try sleeping in that section, but I would imagine my foot would have been pressed up against the arm on that couch. I wouldn't have found that comfortable. So for anyone 5'8" or above, I would find sleeping on that sofa bed closest to the wall uncomfortable. So think about that when you're planning what room you're going to stay in or if you need multiple rooms. I'm going to show you the outlets real quick and then we'll go over all of the storage options that you have in this room. Adventure of the Seas is one of Royal's older boats, so they don't have that many outlets in the room. The only outlets you actually have are the ones that you see right there underneath the mirror. You have 2 American standard outlets and then 1 British, I believe, standard outlet. I didn't find any outlets near the bed, so unless they're hiding behind the bed, you're going to need an extension cord if you have something like a CPAP machine. Now let's talk about all of the storage options that you have in the room. You do have a side table on each side of the king bed. That side table does have a drawer in each of them, so you can put your wallet, your keys, whatever you want in that side table if you wish. And the built-ins in this room have tons of storage space. So you have open shelves, you have closed cabinets that you can stuff things into. There is a little vault above the TV there in one of the cabinets. There's a little refrigerator I'll show you in a minute. Tons of drawers though, and the closet is actually huge. I could fit all of my luggage in there. I had 2 huge pieces of luggage. I probably could have gotten actually 3 in there and it would have been fine. And I still would have had room to access all of the shelves that are in the closet. The closet also has a lot of extra hangers ready to use for you, but I think you can request extra if you need them. If your family brings a lot of luggage with you on vacation, you can also put the luggage under the bed there. And I just realized if I had a baby, this room would be great for having a pack and play in the room too. So a baby could sleep in that big open area. Fitting a pack and play or something like that into a room with the balcony, so not that open space in the middle there, would be a lot harder. So back on those built-ins, there is extra cabinet space on either side of the lights or the mirrors that are next to it. So you could put your toiletries or hair products and stuff like that into there pretty easily. Here's a quick look at the thermostat for the room. It is an older style, but it works great. The air conditioning in this room works fantastic. And there's a good amount of open desk space here, so you can put food, drinks, and all kinds of stuff like that onto this surface when you're in the room. So the bathroom in this room is dated looking. It does look like it needs a refurbish. The color scheme and all of that does look dated. But I will say that the shower is nice and big, even for my husband, who I said is 6'4". he can get under the shower head. So it's a nice high shower. There's plenty of room in there. I also like that it has doors instead of a curtain. I feel like I've had a curtain in a cruise ship before, and that's no fun. This bathroom does feel nice and wide when you're getting ready in there and you're drying off. There doesn't feel like you're up against the walls. You can store a lot of products on that shelf underneath the sink. And there's 3 big shelves in that corner cabinet up there too. So you can store a lot of product in the bathroom also. So I feel like this room had a lot more storage than my family of 4 could ever use. But I know some people bring more stuff than us, so I hope this is enough for you too. And here's a quick look at the mini fridge in that room. It's not huge. It's like a typical hotel-sized mini fridge. It's going to store a handful of drinks and maybe some baby bottles, stuff like that. That's it for the room tour, guys. Be sure to check out my other videos that I've made about the adventures of the seas, different aspects of the ship that I think you might find interesting. And let me know in the comments if you have any questions. I do try to answer them whenever I get a chance. Bye, guys.